답답하면 우리처럼 춤을 춰봐 신나게 추는 거야 비벼대고 흔들대고 맞아 빌리 잠깐 운동하든 맨발이든 서 말고 추는 거야 리듬 속에 몸을 실어 시원하게 사람을 맞았다면 너와 함께 춤을 춰 되는 일이 없다고 두덜두덜 하지 말고 춤을
Hi everyone and welcome back to Taekwondo Step by Step. I'm Andrew. Did you know that the average person speaks at a rate of about 100 to 150 words per minute? Pretty impressive, hey? But the more impressive thing is that we listen at a rate of 2 to 3 times more than that. Something very special in that. That means that we should listen more than we speak because physically we're better at it. Watch, listen, and follow along now as Master Lee takes us through everything we did on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now in Taeguk Odang.
The 팔굽 돌려치기. Yes, you need to support the striking arm with the other hand like this. This way you'll also be able to aim accurately. You press the right hand to the left fist at the point of impact. Some people make the mistake of having the hands attached before striking, which isn't right. And others strike as if they are punching with their fists. But remember, the supporting hand should be pressed tightly at the point of impact. Remember this. Next, you move your left foot forward and go into the 앞구비 아래 맞기, and follow through immediately with the 몸통 맞기. Taeguk Ojang isn't easy. That's because there are a lot of consecutive moves involved in this form. You're learning important practical moves that are the basis for actual sparring.
아래 맞기를 하겠습니다. 하이!
Alright, you would have seen that this isn't 2 separate moves, but a single one. This is hard to master. You'll have to learn how to divide the 2 moves so that they'll flow. The analytical explanation for this is that after the 아래맞기, you need to wind up for the next block, which is hard to do. So what you do is to use the momentum of the initial block and bounce back swiftly to go through the second wind-up for the block. If you master how to do this, you will in the process have strengthened your waist and improve your agility. Now for the next move, which is the 앞차기. After the kick, you promptly go into the 아래맞기 and 몸통 앞맞기. Okay, this is where we left off. The consecutive 아래맞기 and 몸통 맞기. Now, we'll do the 얼굴 맞기, turning to our left. You need to balance yourself on your right leg and do the wind-up first for the facial block. At this instant, shift your left leg like this. And after the block, you gather your hands in front of your chest. Why do we do this, you ask? Watch carefully now. When you gather your hands, you lift your leg halfway, and when kicking, you spread them out as if punching. And as you see, the following sequence is a 팔굽 표적치기. The reason for this unique sequence is for double impact. After kicking, you grab the opponent, and pulling him toward you, you strike his sternum with your elbow. This sequence is very effective in deterring your opponent. You hit him.
Okay, so how was that? No sweat, you followed everything properly? I hope so. Remember that to be able to do the patterns, the pumse properly, you need to make sure you have every single little separate part done exactly right, and then you bring them all together, okay? And when you bring them together, make sure that you do it nice and smoothly, okay? That's the secret. Well, let's continue now with everything else from the rest of the week. Watch Master Lee very carefully.
Okay, this is where we left off, the 표적치기 in the 오른 앞구비 stance. The following sequence is a symmetrical form. From the 앞구비 stance, balancing on your left leg, you turn 180 degrees to do the 얼굴 맞기. As in the previous sequence, you gather your hands to your chest. Then as you kick, you spread your corresponding arm outward as if punching. Then lastly, you follow through with a 표적치기. Alright, this is the most important move of the sequence. You shouldn't have a form like this for the completed move. It shouldn't be too high either. Your arm should be parallel with your shoulder, and twisting your shoulder swiftly, you strike your other hand as if it were your opponent's sternum. Imagine it's your opponent's sternum. Alright, this is where we left off, the sequence of 옆차기 and 표적치기. Now, the remaining forms are 아래맞기, 몸통 맞기, and then kicking and capping the pattern with an 앞치기. Will you turn to the other side, Mr. Park? Now, balancing yourself on your right leg, you shift your left leg to your left. When you do so, you go straight into the 아래맞기, and then follow through with the 몸통 앞맞기. This will enable you to block the opponent's consecutive attacks, such as a kick and punch. It'll be very effective. Okay, now, let's assume we initially blocked the opponent's 앞차기 with our 앞구비 아래맞기, and then again blocked his 돌려차기 with our 몸통 앞맞기. We now counterattack, making a front kick, and following through with the 앞치기, going after the area below the opponent's nose. Okay, the reason why we stomped our foot is to nail the opponent's foot on the ground, having him deadlocked for the following 등주먹 앞치기. Don't forget we're aiming for the area right below the nose, a crucial weak spot. Alright, you might have missed some of the moves along the way. So this time we'll demonstrate with one of our backs toward you. This way you'll observe from both perspectives. Watch carefully now.
태국오장. 자! 하이! 흐아! 하이! 흐아! 하이! 하이! 흐아! 하이! 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 흐아! 하이! 흐아! 하이! 흐아! 하이! 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 흐아! 하이! 하루!
Congratulations everyone, you have now finished 태극 5장. Soon we'll be going into 태극 6장, but before we do, what we're going to do is practice some 14 basic moves, okay? Because 태극 6장 is so much more difficult than the others, alright? So, we'll go in those and practice them very hard. But that's the end of 태극 5장. That's the end of this week. We'll see you again next week for more action on Taekwondo, step by step.